Hey there, nerds. Jimmy Palmquist here with a little drive time comic book review. I got to read Book of Death from Valiant Comics. Man, I love what they do. They're just fantastic. They tell some great stories. They have some great writers. I remember, God, I think it was 4, maybe 5 years ago, going to Comic-Con, and Valiant didn't have a table. We were just talking to their PR guy, Hunter, and we had the opportunity to interview Robert Venditti. And we're like, okay, cool, he's on Exo Manowar. Let's do this, because I think this is a good story. I don't know if Valiant's going to be able to break through, because this is when they're just first coming back. I don't know if they're going to be able to break back into the industry, but let's check it out. And just a great writer, a great interview, very much enjoyed it. And now, you know, 4 or 5 years later, he's still with them. Obviously, Valiant is just picking up more speed. Signed a deal with Sony, I think a 7-picture deal. So they're moving, they're making things go. And now we have a book by Robert Venditti called The Book of Death. And it's doing what I think Valiant does well, and they realize they're basically putting all their most popular characters into one book to tell a story. Now, you might think, oh, well, that's nothing big, nothing new. But for a small independent company like Valiant, that's a big deal, because we have things going on that they've been experimenting. Oh, who's the best characters? Who's our favorite? What do we have going on? What's our universe? Who do we focus on? And I think they're getting their pace and their understanding that some of the better characters are characters from Unity, which we have Livewire. We have Eric, Exo Manowar, Ninjak, one of my favorites, and Jelena. And we're still having some of the ancillary, secondary characters show up, like we have Archer and Armstrong, just in the background. And then this story, and again, I don't know if there's a spin-off coming out, I don't know anything about that, but in this story we focus on the Geomancers. Now, in the Archer and Armstrong books, the Geomancers were huge. Now, in the Quantum and Woody books, and the Unity books, even the Exo Manowar books, Ninjaks, they're not that huge of a storyline. So it's cool to bring this thing that is really pivotal in the Valiant universe to the forefront, almost like, you know, we have mutants in Marvel. That's what that is. Geomancers is just another aspect of the Valiant universe, like the Psiots. So I really enjoy that we're focusing on that, and this is a great story because we have my favorite characters and we have 2 Geomancers at the same time, which is not supposed to happen. And we don't know exactly what is going on. And I love Ninjak, because Ninjak is constantly sort of ribbing at Jelena, who's opposing his team. And he's constantly ribbing at him like, do you believe this kid's from the future? I bet you that's what it is. Dude, you're crazy. I can see it in your eyes. That's what you believe. I love it. I love how he's just pick. And that's sort of this sibling rivalry which exists with Unity, and it's great writing with big sister Livewire running the show. And she can keep him in control, but then at one point, I love this, Ninjak throws a Psy at Jelena, and Livewire's like, what is that for? It's like, these blades aren't just for show. I love it. It's just great writing, fantastic storytelling, and we see all in this one book that Unity, single focus, let's go get them, the Unity team, and they're going after Jelena because they tried to negotiate him. And I love it how Eric is the one who's going to negotiate. I love that. He's become sort of this, I don't want to say unwitting, but he's become a peacekeeper. And I think it has a lot to do with everything he's had to do with saving his own civilization and the suit. And that he can't just fight and always go to war. But he comes back with an honest opinion of what's going on, reports back to the team. Unity makes the decision that we can do this, we have to take him out. Obviously, Ninjak has no problem with that. And it's funny because obviously Livewire is sort of the even-keeled one of the bunch, but then you have Ginger, who is this huge, gigantic, soft-spoken robot, which is very odd. But I love how Gilad is protecting the good Geomancer. We don't really see who is taking control and in charge of the bad Geomancer, obviously being manipulated. And the reason why Unity is going after Gilad and the good Geomancer is because just destruction, death, massacre is following them, and it's not them. And what's great is Unity comes upon an incident where clearly Gilad is overmatched, something is going on, and they're gonna have to question, why are we attacking and going after Gilad? Clearly there's more to it, something's going on. It's a great setup. I love how the writers in the Valiant universe just seem to have a cohesion, because the characters are very in tune with what Matt Kindt does, and it's really good writing, and by that I mean because he writes Unity. I really enjoy this book. I really enjoy what Valiant's doing. I highly recommend you check it out. I can't wait to see where these characters in this story goes, who is behind the bad Geomancer. Check it out. 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.